Da 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 da. I'm loving it.
You know I love you more than I can say. I hope we never ever go our separate ways. I need money. I need cash fast. Give me the bag. Give me the bag.
What's the deal? What's the deal? This is another RUR Media Productions. And we are here to bring you entertainment of sorts. We are here to bring you the news of sorts. We might even bring you relationship fixes of sorts, if you will. So grab you some popcorn and get ready for the show. My name is Daryl. I'm your host, and I'm not here to bully or intimidate. If I use any other person's content or any company's or any entity's content, it will be under fair use as prescribed by law. Understand, I'm not here to take anything from anybody without giving them credit. Allegedly. I like to use the term allegedly for anything that I speak that's out of character. I like to say allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. And also like, comment, share, subscribe. Now, let's get to business. I did a video, a part one, mind you, of tree cutting. I didn't finish. It's kind of like an unfinished thing. I'm still a little unfinished, but I'd like to give you an upgrade on my progress. I got back to it because it was a beautiful day today. But the day started turning windy and cold, and I felt a little raindrop, so I kind of called it a day. But I was able to get everything down. So I got the tree down. This is somewhat of a stump there. As you will see, it's somewhat of a stump. And this time, I didn't use the Sawzall this time. Instead, I got a chainsaw. But with a twist. I don't have a chainsaw that takes gas. And I know some people going to say, get the gas, get the gas, get the gas. And I know they're pretty powerful. The gas ones are powerful. I've done landscaping and things like that, so I'm very familiar with a gas chainsaw. But I saw this chainsaw at Lowe's today. And this is not a Lowe's review, but it was at Lowe's. It's a Craftsman. And on top of it being a Craftsman, it's a 16-inch chainsaw. Self-oiling. So it oils the blade and it oils, the part that the blade rides on. It oils that automatically, all by itself. It's self-contained. You got to put the oil in there, of course. But once you put the oil in, you got to make sure you watch the levels because it is going to use that oil or whatever. And cut away. I got more than what I bargained for. Because I knew that if I had a chainsaw, this tree cutting would go better. And I said that in part one. This is part two. Hopefully it may be a part three, but I'm not going to promise a part three. And the reason why I'm not going to promise you a part three is because, why? It may not be a part three. Because the only thing I got to do at this point is chop up part of that tree that I got left, and I'm pretty sure you'll see in the video how much I have left. I did a massive cleanup effort, but I still got to get rid of all those branches and twigs and things like that. So I haven't completely gotten it done, but as far as I'm concerned, I got it done. And here's why. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm glad you asked. Um, the reason why I think I got it done is because the whole idea was the tree was leaning, and it was all. Anyway, I'm not gonna go over the whole story, but if you watch part one, you'll understand why I had to cut the tree. So I didn't want one day that the wind or some type of weather or too much rain, soak the bed and boom, make that fall, and it could fall unexpectedly. It could fall. Somebody can be driving through the yard at this time when it falls, or somebody could be walking through the yard at the time when it falls. So to prevent a mass casualty, I figured I'd tackle the tree head on, which I did. I tackled this tree head on. So I get it down, boom, like the last situation. Remember I told you how I was sitting, you know what I mean? This one was coming down, but it kind of got stuck on its original stump. So it was coming down, but this, I guess because of the branches and the stump, it's stuck. And you'll see that in the video. It kind of got stuck. So most of the time, what I'm going to do, if it should happen to do that and it's being held in the air by other branches, I normally get rid of all of the top stuff first. That's always a good tactic. I mean, you could do it how you want. Now, I don't know what the experts might say. I know I was taught a certain way, so that's how I do it. So when it gets caught, I try to get all of the top branches out the way. And here's the reason why. It's a safety thing for yourself. And the reason why is because if I start to chop away at the bottom, and let's just say it starts to move, because in tree cutting, you'll find out that gravity's your friend. And the reason being is because the gravity is going to make that tree fall a particular way, or the weight of that tree, because of the way that you're cutting it, or a branch or whatever, the way that you're cutting it, you can kind of guide it to fall where you need it to fall. So gravity is your friend, but it can also be a detriment to you. And I'm going to tell you how. So you want to cut those top branches, because if you don't, what could happen if you start at the bottom, let's say, and it is different if, let's say, for instance, there is nothing up top and everything's below you, but it's a tree. A tree branches out. So I can't imagine there not being branches all over the place. But you start at the top of the tree, not the branches that's holding the tree, but at the top of the tree. So you start at the top of the tree and you cut all that loose stuff off. Because if you cut from the bottom first, and that weight of that tree starts to fall, there's a chance that it may fall and roll. And even though you may think you're clear, a branch may roll and smack you. And like I said before, that's not a battle you want to fight. I mean, war, battle, whatever. That's not something that you want to fight, because you might end up in the hospital or dead. So to avoid that, you cut the top ones first. And then you try to find the ones on the bottom that's not really holding weight before you start messing with the weight-bearing ones. And then normally, if I'm messing with a weight-bearing one, I'm cutting sort of like wedges in it. So that way you be able to cut through it without complication, in a sense. Not to say that you won't have complications. You might have complications, but in a sense you won't have any complications. So it's always best to kind of like get the top ones, get all the loose ones on the bottom, and then mess with the tension bearing branches. And those are the ones that's holding the weight of the tree. And that's basically what I did, and that's what you'll see in the video. You'll see me doing that exact technique, because I like to be safe. I started out with all my fingers, all my toes, all my limbs, my right mind, no scars, no blood, no nothing. Now, I might have neglected to wear some PPE, like boots, like glasses. I neglected to wear those things, and that's not a good thing to do. So that could be the bad thing about this video, and that's something for you to learn. That if you're just getting into this tree cutting thing, you need to have the proper protective equipment. Something you could be cutting and something go in your eye. Now that can kind of shut the job down. Or a heavy branch falls on your feet. You don't have them steel-toe boots on. Guess what? That can stop the project. And the whole object is, now I was doing this for my house, but you might be working at someone's house and an injury occurs. Guess what? You can't get the second half of that money. Or however you charge it out. You might have got that money up front. But now people going to want some money back because you can't finish the job. And they want that job finished. Regardless of what you charge, you might have to give some of that back. So we want to be as safe as possible. I mean, I know some people, but you might want to wear a hard hat. If you're working out in the area where you could be in the street, you might. When I hit the right one, that tree's going to hit the ground. That's the whole objective. As I'm cutting, I'm starting to notice that little slot. Always be aware. Regardless of what you're doing, always be aware. Always be aware. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Keep me in the algorithm so I can grow and do bigger and better things. Yes. And I hope you enjoyed this content. And hopefully there will be a part 3. But if not, I mean, I gave you enough to where you should be good. If you're a DIY, it's something to try, but I can say this, disclaimer, this is dangerous. Cutting a tree is dangerous. So I would suggest that if you got a friend or something that knows how to cut a tree, get that friend and see if that friend can help you cut that tree, or at least lead you in the right direction. So when you cut your next tree, you'll have a little experience. I'd say don't go in there blind. I didn't go in there blind, and I would suggest that you don't go in there blind. And on that note, enjoy the rest of your day.
You know I love you more than I can say. I hope we never ever go our separate ways. I need money. I need cash fast. Give me the bag. Nigga. Give me the bag. Nigga.